Good morning. Happy Monday. All right, get a little bit of reprieve here. All right, good morning. What's up, everybody?
TEC Alphatech sees full year 2022 revenue growth now expected to be about 40%. That's Alphatech, Tango Echo Charlie.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get to it. 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get to our news. Cover some of the top headlines overnight.
Charlie.
Let's get. I want to keep his
RTX Raytheon missiles and defense with a $207 million.
Okay. All right. So, couple of things here. 8 hours. There we go. All right. So Wall Street futures slipped and global markets did pull back here a little bit before the bell, before rebounding, dragged by escalating Ukraine-Russia tensions and renewed concerns about the economic outlook. Chipmakers slipped on new curves of exports to China. The dollar was higher as investors set their sights on U.S. inflation data later in the week, which is expected to show that the price pressure remains strong. While gold prices dipped, oil prices fell as investors looked to slowing economic activity in China, the world's biggest crude importer, which revived concerns about a global recession and falling global fuel demand. Couple things here. Tesla, China made sales hit record following Shanghai factory update. 83,100. Sorry, I misread that. 83,135 Chinese made electric vehicles in September, smashing its monthly record. U.S. is aiming to hobble China's chip industry with sweeping new export rules. The Biden administration published a sweeping set of export rules on Friday, including a measure to cut off China from certain semiconductor chips made anywhere in the world with U.S. equipment, vastly expanding its reach in a bid to slow Beijing's technological and military advances. Kyiv and other Ukraine cities, unfortunately, were hit by Russian missiles yesterday during rush hour. Unfortunately, we did see 12 people lost their lives, unfortunately, in apparent revenge strikes after President Vladimir Putin declared a blast on Russia's bridge to Crimea to be a terrorist attack. U.S. banks have cut donations to federal candidates, up Democrats' share ahead of midterms. U.S. banks are giving far less to federal candidates this election cycle, increasing the proportion they are handing to Democrats as they think their political giving, according to Reuters analysis. Data compiled at the Center of Responsive Politics and more than half a dozen industry officials and lobbyists. So a couple things here. Alibaba shares of the Chinese tech giant Tencent as well, and the chip makers slumped as investors were swooped by the new U.S. export rule. I have not looked at Baba this morning. It looks like a little gap down to my price target of $80, which means I should probably set the gap alert right there. This is actually might end up being a play today. As you guys can see, yesterday it closed inside of this little zone. This is kind of the things that I look for, right? When I'm looking for a certain trade or certain price targets. It looks like got a couple good targets there. Sorry, just breaking off here. It's a good thing about having ADHD. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take a look at that one to the upper the downside. So, but anyway, other than that, guys, that's about it as far as the economic calendar for today. Somewhere. There we go. So today is a bank holiday. We do have the IMF meetings and FOMC member Brainerd is speaking later today at 1:35. We already had Fed Evans' speech, which happened. He's posted, or we've seen a couple of headlines from that. Tomorrow, we do have a little bit of a pickup, but not much. NFI IB Small Business Index. We have economic optimism, IMF meetings, and Mester is speaking tomorrow. And then we go ahead and we kick off into the PPI, core PPI, FOMC minutes. So we're 2 days away from really the bigger impact data point. And we're also a week before the start of our earnings season. So we have Tesla, Nvidia, all sorts of good stuff, all reporting next week. So, hold on one second. There it is. Okay. Excuse me. Alrighty. So that brings me to TSLA. All right. So definitely good news when it comes to the numbers. And this now at the moment, the pivot point or where our pivot point is right around here. Or the nearest pivot point on the daily is S2, and that's going to be right around 230. On the lower time frame, right? I've had this box drawn here for a minute. There are a couple of price targets here, but two. Let's go ahead and start on the weekly. We covered this last night. Okay, now there's still a possibility, right? Nothing heads down immediately, and in fact, before a lot of these targets are hit, there's almost complete reversals to the downside. So I want you guys to pay attention to the price action, the previous price action that you've seen or that we've seen inside of this range. And so far, what I can see is there is a whole lot of up and down. So we want to be a little bit careful, but what we can conclude is that anywhere above 255 and that we could possibly be looking for a trend hit or a reclaim of this gap. Obviously, that is a long ways away. And then as well, there's a 50% mark at 237 that is definitely and could end up seeing a solid retest as of today or maybe even tomorrow. Considering the fact that it's a bank holiday, there could be maybe a little bit of a lack of volume here opening the bell. So we'll see how that plays out. But this has bounced. As you guys can see, it did see a little bit of a gap down. It hit 218.30, just a little bit of a target there. And currently, so I talked about this morning, and unfortunately, we're breaking it, but we can still make a plan, right? So I can narrow this zone down, so that way, if I'm looking at next week's contracts or even this week's contracts, considering that it's Monday, this zone right here would mark any move to the downside, right? This was your floor on Friday. If you lose it, you're more than likely going to go and test your support here. There also is a downtrend, which of course we have to address whether or not this is still valid. But that downtrend could give us a imbalance, right? So this is a consolidation or contraction and then expansion, right? So we see that contraction there. So there could still be that contraction here. So we want to break and hold above 224 and 225. There is a pivot point here. So next week's contracts usually are going to be in my first entry. Now we do have to regard the trade shape or the shape of the trade if we want to look at it that way. The price target or move to the upside. There's two targets I have, which is 228, 21, and then of course this 230 mark. But we have to make sure that whatever contracts that we select are going to be profitable. And that's looking at delta. So if we look at this week's contracts, and of course we have to wait for this to open, but if we wait for, or if we look at next week's contracts for Tesla, more than likely for me, I want to stay really close, 235 at most. If I'm looking at the call side, I also, one of the reasons that I like to hold, and I'm looking at a bounce off of support, right? Which would mean that I'm actually looking for a retest of 235 or 236 itself, right? That is our floor above us. So if we do end up breaking this downtrend on Tesla, that's where I would go ahead and look for that median retest at 236.55. So Tesla's looking pretty good potentially for a bounce. This is again Monday. And if we end up seeing a rejection or a fall back below this 224.85 and candle close somewhere in that range, then we could end up seeing a leg down. And the next target that I have is 216. And that is the weekly level there that obviously we want to definitely keep in mind. That's where, and again, if you guys are just tuning in, I would go to Potter Stocks and go ahead and scroll all the way up. And what I did is I gave you guys what I do to prep. A lot of this stuff I do every single morning. But make sure you guys go check that out. That's where I've posted all of that. And you guys can save that as a way, if especially if you're new. So that way you can prep, because one of the things that we have to do, and one of the things that I've done here on Tesla, is I have all of the like I've charted this 10 different ways. And of course, I've only concluded that the where the most amount of confluences, and obviously looking at an imbalance and stuff like that, that is more than likely are the most solid price target. So if I'm going to enter, and if we open up, so I'm just going to leave it here. If we open up above 225, I want to either A, retest 224.50 or 223.82. That's the two levels. I'll wait for a 15 or 5 minute candle close, depending on the volume. If it's low volume, you can count me out. If it's low volume and you can't help yourself, make sure expiration, that is going to be your friend. Higher time frames, that's going to be your friend. Um, all right, so Tesla, Meta is of course next. This one's bouncing here, but this one, yeah, it did bounce off of its previous lows. Now, this is why using extended data is so important, because this is your daily floor where you closed on the daily. It doesn't show this, right? So that gap down, you guys see what happens after that gap down and that pop up. So we have yet to, and let me clean this up a little bit. We'll go to the hourly. So we have yet to break this floor. And it's as simple as that. We need to break that floor. The floor or ceiling above us, right, for Meta, you've got 134.23, which is right here where that's that previous daily candle close, right? So you would either A, want to open up above that before the bell here, which is going to be again 134.27, and break and hold above 135. That could initiate a move back up to the upside. Otherwise, that's where I would be looking for range bound trading anywhere in this box. So this is the no box. We don't trade. I don't trade in this box, right? Maybe we look for a position over the pivot point. I would say the pivot point is going to be one of the better entries there, considering that's your floor right before. So look at the pivot and then look at this floor right here. So that would be obviously of concern, but that would go ahead and give us leeway up into the 138s and then possibly back all the way up. If we continue lower and see rejections today and a pullback on Meta, my thoughts right now on Meta is that we're going to see a move down to just a psychological whole number of 130. Seems logical enough to me. All right, so that's Meta and that's Tesla. I want to cover MRO really quickly. So remember, we crushed. We got a really good trade out of this. This is where we learn. If you're swing trading, we want to make sure that we have our stop losses in place, right? For me, if we start moving underneath 27.23, that's where things get a little bit hairy if there is any daily candle close in that area. But right now, the area in which I'm okay with any sort of retest is just going to be right around 27.30 and 27.40, somewhere in this little pocket right here. So that would be kind of that area. So I'm okay with, and here's what we did. We played this perfectly. I took a contract off at a 100%. I took a October 14th 27.50 put. That was up 50% on Friday from the top. I mean, we really did grab it at the top. And at the retest level, okay, here's how I trade. It either works or it doesn't. You guys hear me say that a lot. So if we go back under, I'll go ahead if we go back under, which is 27.25, 27.30. If we go back under that level, I will continue to hold that put. Okay. But at some point, I clear out of both, right? I don't want the call to go negative, right? I can always re-enter if it decides to bounce and break back up. They're cheap contracts and they move really, really well. But more importantly, I also don't want to lose the profit that I made because whether we like it or not, that ended up being the hedge, ended up being the play. But as far as the weekly candle close on MRO, unless this is a massive fake out and we see a total reversal, again, it would have to, I would even say $26 is an area that we could see a bounce at. But this weekly candle close here is definitely showing some strength. So there is a, again, you could even go and fill your gap and still bounce. But at this point, we're not even focused on this resistance. We just want to hold above that level there and continue to move up into the $30 range. So that's what I'm looking for a bounce, stay on MRO. I also am watching PayPal. Now they got bad news, so you could see a little bit of trickery here. So as you guys can see already in pre-market, it is falling down. Here is what I see as far as the levels are concerned. Now you do have this bottom right there and right there. So this is PayPal's playground. Sounds sketchy. Don't take your kids there. So right here, this is 87.50, right? You can see a wall, wall, bounce, wall, right? Two bounces in pre-market here. You do have a quarter or 75% mark here. That's going to be 85.45. And then you probably, yeah, right there. Perfect. And that is our pre-market. That's an 89.11. So push above 89.11. You have a gap to fill, a pivot point to hit, and you would have to break and hold above $90.85 in order to move to the upside. If you're going to the downside, you need to retest and hold below. So you can pop back up. You could even fill your gap and then close your candle below. I would be looking to take PayPal down to $80 if that is the case. I'll let you guys know. This is also one of those stocks where, again, a lot of that stuff has been rescinded, and this could actually fuel a short squeeze. So we don't want to get caught slipping. And this is not a great day trading stock. This is a go long, hold. So as you guys can see, very, very terrible trading conditions within PayPal. Not a lot of continuation to the upside. It's just not that time for PayPal. A ton of range bound trading days. So it's one of those things where you have to be patient and you have to have a solid expiration. So, all right. Zoom back over here to the chat. Sorry if I've missed anything. Hotter Sunday prep. Oh, here, thanks, dude. Paper sick with it, dude. Um, yeah, you're not even closing Nvidia 122. All right, so that's about it for today. Again, one of the things that we really have to focus on as traders is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. Does that mean that we miss trades? Yeah, that's just a part of the game. I'd rather not trade than take a loss. If the price action is shitty, I'm not trading. Okay. It is a bank holiday. We could see chop, lack of volume. So we'll see how that plays out. I'll give it, obviously, we've got, 10 o'clock reversal. So if we see choppy up, right, slow up, then we could see a jolt down at 10. If there's no movement at 10, then I'm going to go ahead and part ways with the market, set my alerts, and we'll come back if anything ends up happening. So could I look at JPM? I'll look at one really quickly. So banks have earnings coming up. Looks like you got a gnarly gap up here to the upside. By the way, I will be looking at taking some trades for earnings season. I do trade earnings. I always make sure that I observe really good risk. But there could be a lot of pretty sweet gains to be had on a couple of different stocks that have been holding their range. So so it looks like you climbed back above your median. That's awesome, right? So hold 106.50 and you're more than likely gonna pop back up. It looks like you got the pivot here and you've got the wall at 108.32. So I'd say maybe 108.32 for a retest there. Hold on one second, I might be a little bit off. I think I am. So 106.65, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it there because that looks solid. Let me maybe clean that up a bit. 106.65, 106.50. Hold that median, and you're more than likely going to go tap your resistance. If you fail, or if you see weak price action going to the upside, then there's a good chance that you actually could end up curling back down. You see that big bump here, you see that kind of shoulder there. But then in the same breath, that's a triple bottom right there. That obviously on the hourly 1, 2, 3. So this is an area of consolidation and of chop. So you want to go ahead and break range 108.20 or 104.63 if you're looking for some continuation. But again, bank holiday or bank earning season coming up. Oh shit. All right. Um, so again, we'll go ahead and split the screens. I don't know if I like that layout. It's kind of weird. Jesus, Paula. Sure you take this time to clean up your charts. Make sure you have your levels set. PayPal 85.45 and then 83.63. 83.23. Okay. 83.50. Got it. All right. Let's see if we get that dump. What did that just say? Russia launches first offensive unless stays up all night over nuclear war fears. What the fuck kind of headline is that? 1 second. Oh my God, bro. The troll, dude. Russia has been going crazy, dude. They got shit trending like Zelensky war criminal. Oh, that's crazy. All right, guys. We let's see here. 9:30 downtrend, 15-minute on Tesla with the exception of sideways breakout on 10.6, 10.7. Falls back in the trend, which is support well. Does that look like a falling wedge? Kind of. I see what you see. Yes, I do see the one thing I don't like about that wedge, right? So yes, on resistance, right? And I'm tracking that, around 230, which looks like a decent area. And 218 right here is where we're bouncing. Pivot points marked at 233. That's that previous bounce. I've got the median here at 237. And then the next key level above that is 241.50. That's psychological number there. So we could see a quick pop and then we could anchor into this price range, depending on obviously, volume, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't care for that. You know what I mean? Like I don't like clearly this was where your biggest bounce was, and so that's either A, extended itself into a channel, which channel is trend, and then that trend would have to be broken. So right now one of the things that I can do again, I can look at the 15-minute 9-day moving average here. I can go ahead and grab next week's at any candle close underneath the 15-minute. I can let it go. Obviously, if it just flats up, reverses, crushes a level or something like that. No, you're good, man. But anyway, guys, just remember your obviously your trading strategy has to do with whether you're going to trade today and how you're going to trade today. Um, it is Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Investors are going to be looking to find direction. Um, we're near a lot of really heavy psychological numbers as far as the downside is concerned, and that goes for Tesla, that goes for everything. So again, exercise caution. I wouldn't look for any fireworks for me unless something crazy happens, but otherwise, use good risk, have a plan, know where you're going to exit when you enter a trade, and have that be, if you're confident that you're going to abide by your rules, then you should be confident in taking that trade and letting it do its thing. So, and remember, don't watch the P&L. That's a huge mistake that a lot of people make. Make sure to focus on executing the trade that you set for yourself. So, all right, we got a couple seconds here. All right, we're open. That's what I was looking for. See if we get a gap fill from SPY to the downside first. Looking at Tesla, October 14th. Looking at the the 230 strike, or 235s. All right, we're getting a little bit of juice here. And look at that, slammed right back underneath. Let's get a candle close above it. We have SPY free floating at the resistance mark 264.37, like I said. Looking, not taking. Look at that retest right there on Tesla. So buyers stepping up. They still want to control that price. Okay, sellers stepping up right here, 225.50. Remember that level we talked about here at the bell? Candle close, nothing there. We don't get faked out. Nvidia gave a quick retest 121. SPY is pulling back for its gap fill. Looks like first level to bounce is 363.43. Deadpan reversal here for Tesla. Nice. Nobody's getting faked out here, right? Everybody's staying vigilant, of course. Ooh. Because you just got whacked. I hope you're staying vigilant here. All right, so let's see if we get a candle close below 220, 221.55. Now we're still in range, right? So if we're looking for a break in range, that's what we would want to see. We would also want to see if we're going to see continuation to the downside. We'd like to see a candle close below the 222, 221, 50 mark. So Nvidia is heading down pretty aggressively here off of the 5. If you're going to watch that one looks like it might end up having a target of 118.50 here. I'm only talking about that one because I did end up having a put here that I swung over the weekend. But all right, so with Tesla, this one's still, again, I know that I have that little triangle there, and more than likely you are about to head down to 218, and or this little pocket right here, 220.25. So I'm gonna just kind of sit for a second. Again, I want to really take a high probability play. Even Meta here to the downside would be a more high probability play for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just exercise some patience here to the downside. Nvidia, on the other hand, looks like it should hit one and bounce off of 118.34. It just hit 119, but we'll see. It still hasn't broken pre-market lows or one night. Is it R119 actually? So what about PayPal? PayPal's building down, but that's not me. That's pre-market lows are right here, 86.27, and it's just not. They're definitely in control. There's a lot of control here in regards to the price. So we're seeing a lot of the candles close right there, but no continuation off of that. So don't want to get sparked, slapped. Now, check this out. MRO. Now, those calls are kind of whack right now. They're not really responding because nobody's picking those back up. 28.35. That is going to mark my re-entry into MRO, and I'll go a little bit shorter, so not as long. All right, now PayPal. That's what I wanted to see right there, but still a little bit weary about taking PayPal here. Next target is 85.50. If you're looking to take this one on day trade, again, not much of a day trading stock. Maybe October 28th. Again, this is just the beginning of that breakdown. Meta is curling back down. Watching for Meta below pre-market lows, 132. More focused right now on Meta too as well, because this one is, again, at its lows. You've got 132.10, and my target right now would be S1 131, but obviously it'd probably be 130 here to the downside. Anybody in if anybody took Nvidia, that one is or is in Nvidia 118.45. Looks like it's coming in hot. So holy shit, Tesla. You're in Nvidia? Okay, cool. 218.50 here for Tesla. I've got a floor at remember 216, guys. We could see I said I'm not gonna downside it, right? I didn't take the rejection because I'm not scalping, I'm day trading, I'm looking for continuation. I don't see continuation fully to the downside, or I could end up seeing a bounce. Right now, SPY's filled its gap. I'm watching for a bounce off of 362.30. No bounce there, and then we should head down to 361. So all right, that's a nice candle close on the video here, or PayPal. All right, look at it. Go ahead and grab a PayPal. I'm looking at October 21st here. Looking at I said $80 strike. I think I'm gonna stick with that. But I think October 28th might be a better expiration if you want to hit that one. So I'm gonna grab one PayPal $80 put. I'm gonna keep this light. 228 here. There we go. Nice. I'm going to start off with a lighter position on this one because I still see the potential of the market bouncing and reversing to the upside. Thomas, target is in Nvidia on the wait. Fuck. Target is about to get hit on Nvidia here, so don't be greedy. Take your profit. I'm out of PayPal now. Yeah, no problem, dude. All right, so pre-market lows, 218.57. That's where we bounce on Tesla. Now, guess what? Check it out. Now we're in a box, right? We're not cats. We want to get out of the box. Sorry, that was unnecessary, but I had to do it. Meta, nada. PayPal, yes, yes, Joshy, you see that? Now you can go ahead and close out of your put for now above that mark. Okay, Nvidia's runners trimming out right here. Okay, uh, not all of them. I might leave one if you have an extra one. PayPal, look at that bounce perfectly off of 85.50. We need a candle close below that, and I will likely add to that trade. Wow, that is something else. Now, do you guys see the call? Just went up from 12% to 42%. No, I have October 28th, $80 put on PayPal. Keeping it light on that one. 228 was my fill. Keeping it light because this is going to be a starter position. All right, runners on Nvidia, hold those. Hold those. Right now I've got, well, I'm watching 117.50 and then 117 even. Look at SPY, bounce. Look at the bounce right there. Wow. Watch this. People get wrecked. So this can affect PayPal, which is affecting my entry. Okay. Now, let me say something really quickly. If you have a account that's under $3,000, $5,000, I would even say, there is a good reason if I say this is a light entry for me, that's probably just not a trade for you. Okay. Now you can, of course, stay light, but you have to make sure that your extras, especially if I'm in a shorter expiration contract, longer expiration contracts, obviously more expensive. Holy shit. If anybody got into Nvidia, this one is doing it. Okay. All right. MRO. Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and chop that put down. MRO, October 21st. Oh shit, I'm about to buy it in Macy's. Oh my god. Trauma. MRO, baby. All right, look at it cracking a $30 call here for October 28th as well. Guys, pay attention. PayPal. That's why I'm not in weeklies. And that's why I'm keeping it light. See this green line here on Meta? If volume picks up, which it's not doing a great job right now, that would be my entry to the upside. 140 call for next week. So that's going to be our 140 call next week. But looking at the oh my god, why is the spread so crazy? Hold on, backtrack. October 21st, maybe here. All right, I'm going to keep it simple here. I'm going to go October 21st, $30 call at 65 cents. I'm just going to add those to the trade. Again, the put's gone. It was there for one reason. If we climb or close back below 28.25, actually, let me rewind. 28.25. If we close back underneath that, go ahead and grab that again. Okay, it was cheap. Just grab it again. But again, I think that was a solid retest. We'll wait and find out. And above yesterday or Friday's highs, we'll look to add. SPY is pulling back now. Nvidia is absolutely hit my target at 117. I'm out all the way. Thomas, I don't know. I don't know if you're still in. How was that one? Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. Look at pay now. Pay attention. Tesla candle close. What do you guys think that's doing to shorts? Look at Meta. Oh, Meta. All right, go ahead and are we really gonna do this on a Monday? I get into so we bounced off of those lows. We just crossed above Friday, or excuse me, above that low, that close, that 134.25. The top on that one is 135.38. And the pivot point we just crossed above. We've got below average volume. That's not good. Let's go look at the 5. Yeah. All right, you just open that candle here off of 135 into the floor, 135.15, right? Remember we talked about this little floor here. There's also one right there. That's 135.50. PayPal is holding a divergence here. SPY has yet to fully curl to the upside. Holy shit. Nvidia looks like it will head down to another low of 116.15. I'm not in, but oh my god. Okay, it is literally losing its daily support right now as we speak. Great heavens. No way, dude. Hold on one second. I got a price target for Nvidia. All right, watch Nvidia. I've got one. I think there's a good possibility you're going to see 115 today. Um, if this hourly candle closes like this. Now, pay attention. Look at Tesla. Look at that candle close, baby. That's going to force shorts up and out of there. So our Tesla upside play still stands. Tesla, our Meta's up around that target as well. So I'm going to have to pick and choose. But I think I'm going to go ahead and hit October 230 calls on Tesla to the upside. I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on this now. I'm going to go to the lower time frame, 5 minutes. I'm going to wait for a nice solid push back up here. I'm going to I'm going to hotkey into this 230s. I'm going to probably leg in 4 at a time. I'm going to leg in now 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit another 4 right above that pivot. Meta guys couldn't catch anything but the 140 for next week. Sorry. SPY's curling back up. Or is there at 600 now? Let's go ahead and hit that pivot point. I think squeezing shorts out. That's why they reversed it at the bell, just to turn it back over. Kind of like winding up a. Well, we'll see if we hold. That's why I'm in light first on nice push, nice hold, or nice push up for Tesla, but we need to hold above this. This is good for continuation of the upside. I'm gonna stay stoic here. We don't want to fall back into the box. That's the whole goal here. So 224.75. If we fall back under or in that area, that's where I go ahead and call it quits. Can we pull back and test it? For sure. That I'm okay with. I don't want to fall back in there. So that's number one. And I'd like to go ahead and push and hold. And as soon as it pushes above the pivot, right here, I'll go ahead and fire into another 4. Probably filling around 605, right? So I'm getting ready to fill right now. As it pushes above, not up against. Meta is getting faded. So this is why I'm being careful right here. Meta is getting faded right now. SPY, take a look at SPY. So SPY is having a hard time curling back up. If you look at pre-market, look at those 5-minute candles, guys. That's setting the tone for a potential reversal, right? That's not super bearish or super bullish in my opinion. You do have a lot of candle control here at Jesus, 362.85, but it could take a quick wick down and go ahead and crush that play. So no, I didn't bounce Tesla. Good bounce though. Not 220. Pre-market lows was at 218. All right, that's getting faded. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, guys. So no harm, no foul. I can close right out of these 4, right under there. That's why we kept it light. I said candle close above that pivot. I said stop loss, so stop loss still stands. Just because SPY's pulling back, which obviously if it goes and starts making new lows, I'm gonna obviously consider that a threat. But otherwise, let's see what happens here. We're still holding. Buyers are still stepping up. There we go. Staying stoic. All right, let's go ahead and grab as soon as we just a little bit further. 220. Nope. See, that's what I'm saying. Above that pivot point. And look at SPY. If it holds this channel, maybe you chop here for a second and you curl back up. Ah, you little shit, Marathon. Tough price action, but we're okay. If anybody's in Tesla, anybody in Tesla with me, just be ready to get out and don't take it emotionally. This is good TA. You're not doing anything wrong. You have a good entry. If you have to cut, you chalk it up to the game and you keep it moving. All right. So that's the plan. Right? You got to plan your emotions. All right. Fingers on the trigger. Okay. We can afford a bounce, but that's it. SPY is looking like it might hit the Dumbo here. Pretty much. There's a shit ton of pressure from the upside, so I can reduce to 2 now. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. If there we go, 2 there. Now we could bounce, but SPY does not look like it wants to fucking bounce. SPY looks like it wants to fall. That's 362.35. So we're at the stop loss right now, folks. Already trimmed out 2. So I was in 4. And close those out as well. All right. No harm, no foul. Not a big deal. Keep it moving. Now we're back in the range. If this candle closes above Tesla, I can't risk it with weeklies, right? Especially with any type of size. I'm not going to risk it. This is basically borderline a scalp. So target was 230. Entry was right there, 220, just to push above that 225.50. We wanted to go ahead and add above the pivot point as it pushed and held above it. Never did that. Rejection, pullback, stop loss hit, reduced risk on our way down because we see SPY is absolutely plummeting. And that's it. Oh, you got out of Tesla? Nice. Yeah, I wasn't in that big of size. Again, I want to see a push all the way up to 230. Rod, that's crazy too, because Rod goes in with the, bigger size quicker, and then I'm obviously usually in a longer expiration and holding a little bit longer, and he's like dipping in and out, which is as scalpers do. Meta, nice candle close at that 135 mark. Look at that, those candles. Oh, it's actually 134.92. Still in range, no trade. Look at this. Look at the little floor. Being an ass. SPY, absolutely hitting the dumpy. MRO is climbing back below. We might have to go back into the hedge on that one. PayPal doesn't want to make a new low, though. That's dumb. What time frame on the 3? Oh, yeah. Nvidia is possibly going to go for that low, but Meta slamming back into that level. I think we just found resistance. Yeah, we did. We absolutely did. Go look at SPY's channeled perfectly now. Man, we're playing with, there's fire. There's no trade for me right now. Remember what we talked about? Just scalp. Joshy, that's fine, man. As long as you're, obviously your risk is, being it out quickly. That's good. 85.50 giving us a tough run for our money. MRO right now, on the 15, looking pretty rejection like. We got 4 minutes left. We'll see if we hold and see if energy ends up falling again today. And again, we're still not at our stop loss, but we would have to rehedge down to 27 25. So not a really a scare or anything there. Meta, look at that wall right there. One with the 133.55. Keeping everything light this morning, and that's paying off here. All right, that hourly candle on MRO is damning enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and re-snag that put. Hold on one second. You can do October 21st, or go a little bit further, but $27, $27.50, or 27.50s. Um, if you're gonna watch it, you can play today's and go closer. Now that is what I like to see on Meta. So that one I never closed out of. But that's a nice bounce. Anywhere below 133.62. We'll close out of that light position. PayPal seems like it's starting to pop a little bit here, but the price action is slow. Are you shorting Meta? Still watching Tesla. Same plan, same everything. We're just gonna repeat it one more time. Not in or anything like that right now, but looking at the same area. 230s, they're at 525 right now. No volume, which is probably going to keep me out of the trade. Meta has a little bit more umph, but this unfortunately still is not broken range. So yeah, this is gonna be lame. Yeah, if your money didn't settle over the weekend, that's the banks. Ugh. Sorry. All right, new low on PayPal. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's probably not gonna be just like a super great holiday. Like, I mean, I've been telling a couple people too, if you're gonna trade anything, maybe go longer on SPY. So, what's up with the banks? I don't watch banks very often. Little dump before earnings, hitting the dumpy. Oh shit, that one's got a nice chart. Watch it right here. What 30.50? Yeah, below 30.50, you got a sweet target 30.22. You gotta have to make sure you have the size to make profit out of that. So I have an MRO put that I grabbed. I know I closed out of it. It was a nice pop there that we might close. Complete reversal. Not scared. You shouldn't be scared. November 18th is a long ways away. Your contracts cost like 40 cents, so just keep it hedging. We're this is I would just recommend going to the 15-minute or something like that and not watch the higher time frames or lower time frames right now on anything that's like, you know, Monday. Wee PayPal. PayPal's not shopping though. That one's doing good. Good. Um, boring though. This is a boring day. So right now you're in the box here. You're 221.50. You need to open above 225. That's it. Go for a wick fill. You can again, as long as it holds, you're fine. Spy, I don't really know what the hell Spy is doing other than it looks like it's let me show you guys this channel really quickly so you guys see what I see. Not that one. No one's dead. So look at this little I was wondering where Spy's support might be, but that may end up being the channel here. And then we could be setting the floor here. I think they're trying to squeeze these bears into these trades. God, this volume sucks. Look at the volume declining. Who told the market maker where my stop was on Meta? I'm still long on Meta, but I went out a little bit further. So how many people don't have cash today because of the bank holiday? It is Indigenous Day. Definitely down with that. Target on Nvidia 116. About to get touched. If you're on YouTube or anything like that, my TikTok, I have a new TikTok. It's posted in Discord. Please go and follow if you guys don't mind. But I talk too much shit a little bit sometimes, but it wasn't my fault. It was my fault, but it wasn't. There wasn't any like nudity, but because that's what I got reported for. But no, I got taken out. Justify what? Are we gonna squeeze up here? There's the bounce on. Oh, I mean, I didn't do anything. Yeah, no. I guess like I know that I could just have avoided all of it, but that's half the reason why I got on TikTok is to say something. And yeah. So maybe but yeah, I know you're right. You're right. Look at SPY. Look at the stocks. How are you supposed to trade this? You can't. It's a nightmare. Dude, Nvidia, what are you doing? All right, see you at 115, I guess. Good gravy. Close above that with any strength, and you should go lower, but I see some weak little candles here on Nvidia. It is 10 o'clock. Watch them V-shape it straight up. Well, that's why I think stocks might be holding. You know what I mean? I bet you if I walk away, this shit will fly. Mm, wow. Listen, bank holiday, keep it short, keep it light. Don't just go ahead and you can just definitively say right now, this is pretty shitty volume and probably not money making volume, right? So when there's not a ton of volume, but you see something, you see meta, cool. I grabbed a 140 for next week, right? Um, I'm chilling. I can grab another one right now. 140 strike, one that 355, right? Or I could even go further, and I could go up to October 28th or October 20. Yeah, October 28th. 145. I don't like that strike as much. 140s look okay, but those are expensive. Again, I'm gonna repeat this a lot more. If I am light or not taking heavy positions, if you have a $3,000, $5,000 account, remember, I trade on 30K. So that's gonna maybe be a little bit different of an impact if it doesn't go my way. So remember where you're at in that. So I just want to, when I say light, you need to know what light means for you. The contract, that doesn't mean go get a shorter expiration because it's cheaper, because that's not going to play the same. Oh yeah, trust me, Sonny, dude. You don't have to. You're preaching to the choir, bro. I've already literally said the same thing. But maybe I just get really good cameras, start a podcast, put something really weird in the background, wear my robe and my sweater at the same time, and maybe just make it look better when I talk crap. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? UAL. How are airlines today? Poopy. This is not it. This is not it, my friends. Yeah. Is everybody? Here's what I really want to know: is it who's in cash or who stomped out, stuck to their stop losses, and did the right thing, and is just waiting? If you lost a little bit of money today, not a bad day. It's not a bad day. If you're in cash, right? Because nothing really showed you what you wanted to see, or you saw that other people are going light, you stayed light too. You are literally you are exercising you're in the top 10 percentile of people, because most people just can't. If they have BP, they're gonna spend it. It's that simple. So I took that scalp and I have your PayPal. How'd you get my PayPal? It's not cool, man. Me right now with 1 day trade available. Don't Rod's gonna do what he does, you know. Rod he's the Rod Slayer, so he picked that nickname too, by the way. I'm short. That's okay, dude. You're a short king. I just don't see the possibility for a vast move at the moment. I would say today I don't see the juice as of right now. Why would I why would I not spend it? It's called buying power. Well, with great power, I'm sorry. I did get you. How can you fight? You can't. You can't. You gonna argue with Ben? You gonna argue with Uncle Ben? I see where somebody in the game modded Spider-Man so you could play as Uncle Ben, and it's just a headstone. Like Spider-Man comes out of it. Yeah, they did. They did that. just flying around like as a headstone, like just running into people. So why Osper? What are you saying right now? You are small blind. Are you saying he's too zoomed in? The poker. I don't know enough about poker. That's a is bouncing, trying to hold. Everything looks dumb though. PayPal's cool. Nvidia's just looking slow fade-ish. What we got? What did I look at? I was looking at Neo. Neo's not doing anything. Sitting at $13. What's Baba doing? Doing that dumb stuff. Dumpster fire energy right there. Right now, I would be watching if we break Friday's lows. I'd be watching for 360.10. I have 2 week out, 2 weeks out. I have 140 calls, 355 fill on second. I yeah, 355 fill. Hell, Netflix at 230. I don't know, dude. They're trash, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking about the movies that they have on there. They're getting waxed by Apple TV and stuff. I don't like that. I like that. Well. I would say below 227.50, you should see. You might end up. So watch for a choppy day, and then maybe a pullback or a pop. You're really at the cusp, right? And this is a really important week this week, guys. Like don't forget that this is an important week. But I would say yeah, 223.13, and then 234.25, somewhere in that range. You're gonna go ahead and break there. So you actually might see a bit of a yeah, honestly, I think we chop around here for now. So it'll settle tomorrow. You'll have your money back tomorrow. So I have Meta 140 calls, 355 fill, October. Um October 28th. Or excuse me, yeah, October 28th. Sorry. I did buy an October 21st as well. Got both. MRO. Where you going, bro? I gotta send this market back up to the upside. Let's see. 15-minute hourly. What does the hourly look like? Base model, standard issue white guy. That's all right. I'll take it. All white men could be molded for me. White guy TM. Tesla's looking a little bit flaggy, but again, no volume. Just can't expect for the market to make any serious moves. So oh my god. George of the Jungle stocks. Yeah, if I ever wanted to rebrand, I got Skywalker stocks, which actually sounds cool. George, I don't know about that. George of the Jungle stocks. This sounds forced. Skywalker stocks. Yeah, that might be like the next one. Maybe if I peel this off, yeah. You know what? Maybe we need some analysis from Ellie. Poopy stocks. I bet you say, hey Ellie, you want to quit fighting your brother and tell me what this market's gonna do? Yeah. It's not going anywhere.
I gotta tell what a market ought to do.
Do you think there's a bunch of kids on here?
Yes.
I think there's different audience, but all right. What do you think?
It's going up and down.
It is. Is it gonna keep doing that?
Yeah.
All right. So poopy.
Look at that will blind me. Do the say something quiet in my ear.
I don't think the market's gonna go up.
A market ought to go up.
I think it goes up slowly.
Go up slowly.
Yeah, like very slow.
So slow. Fast. It's so fast.
Tell them about my money?
Yeah.
No, stop.
Why I can't help out your money.
Yeah, don't tell people about my money.
Mama, go up and down.
Beautiful.
Good.
You're gonna stay with me. All right. Well, I don't really think, guys, that this is obviously where you set alerts, set your ranges. If you guys want to look at it this way, So go right. These zones, they don't just span on the 5 minute, right? We can go and move them. Look. So where you'll notice that we're at is we're basically hovering just above the 50, right around that pivot point, just above the 50% mark. And we're having trouble. We've already tapped resistance. So there's a 100%. Yes, you can go back down. You could sharply move right back down and move to 132, bounce right back up. Tesla right here is climbing back up. We don't have the volume right now to, you could, again, longer expiration, possibly hold that for a potential move up, because this one is one of the few that is trying to hold above its box and does have a little bit of residual volume. But at the moment, guys, this is not the price action that I make money in. This is not even something that I would look to scalp. I think Tesla is gonna give you a slow, choppy build to the upside. Thank you, Ellie. But for the most part, guys, I swung Nvidia. I made a little bit of money on that. I got a little fake out on Tesla. Didn't get burned bad, not at all. Stuck to my stop loss, which is good. And then making the decision to, and we talked about this before the bell. So if your plan was to watch price action, see if we have the move that we're looking for, and then react accordingly, then you have done a good job. That is your job, and you're supposed to do it. Don't write there. Okay, that's fine. You can write there. Just don't write over the words that I've written. Okay, you can draw and doodle all around the words, but not around them. Don't color like on them, like you're doing right there. Why don't you just look? See the lines? And connect them, like connect the dots. Ooh. Whoa, that was cool. Tell her there is some serious candy for a down call. Rod says that if you he'll give you candy if you say the market is going to go down. She's giving me a deadpan face, dude. I don't know what this is. I'm kind of actually scared. Okay. Oh, you did. That was a good job. Nice job. I don't think she's down for bribery, dude. Yeah. I think she's do you want me to follow police? Bribery. All right. Well, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll leave the stream up. If you traded cash on Friday, it won't be settled today because yeah, yeah. How you do what?
This.
How do you do that? You have to draw a big circle and then a littler circle and then a littler circle, and that creates a bullseye.
Yes.
Okay. She want to see the candy up front. That is facts. She's definitely she actually knows better. Like she doesn't, yeah, we've tried to do that for bedtime and stuff. Like, well, we'll do, and she's like, where's it? Where's this thing that you're offering me? Because I'm not taking it
So we're going.
unless I see it. Seriously, this is the days where you can go and double check your levels, set up a trade plan, look at, okay, everybody gets released tomorrow, bank holiday, maybe, right? We had a long weekend, right? Consider it like that. So if we stay range bound, nothing's happened, right? Nothing's really been inserted. Maybe we're in a bit of accumulation, but that just gives us clear levels, to abide by tomorrow. So watching the video 115, the video doesn't give a crap.
See.
A body.
We got head and body.
Jeffrey, don't worry. Like a stick figure? Look, you just draw a stick.
What?
Circle. And look.
We need to draw our eyes.
Draw a dot.
And when.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, for now, I'm gonna go ahead and tune out. There's no trades here. There is a potential downside. Set your stop losses for Meta. I would just go ahead again. You can You could take a next week's contract, this week's contract, hedge yourself down, take a put here, set a stop loss of at 135 and leave it at that. Hold on 1 second. We're in America?
Yeah.
Oh, you drew America? Looks pretty divided. Sorry, that's a bad joke. All right, so I will probably hop on just a little bit later to update you guys. I may take a swing, maybe, depending on where we close, if we close on any new highs or any new lows. What was
Yeah, did you take meta puts or meta calls?
calls? Would you take puts?
No, you said set a stop loss at 135. That's why you confused me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying that if you so like right now, it looks like are you at the hospital? No, just kidding. It sounded like I heard a heart machine or something. Oh, is it? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Um, so right now we kind of have like a little symmetrical triangle. I was saying that if you grab puts or something, you could set a stop loss, at 135 if that's where. What's your expiration on the MOR hedge? I grabbed this week's, or excuse me, next week's contracts. You can even trade it this week's, if we do end up moving back to the downside. But this is just a good day to exercise patience, even with MRO. Holy crap! Spy. Wow. Well, babe,
Here.
oh, you drew that all the way back to America.
We decided to go to this mirror.
Baby, you're gonna freak out when I tell you that you're in America right now. Do you know that? Do you know that you're in America? Okay, I didn't know if you didn't know. Dump Spy 180 down, Apple squeezing hard. Microsoft's probably doing the same. That's not a full squeeze. Well, you did squeeze that out of that. Candle close here. That's 231. Yeah, you can see a little bump up from there.
What is?
Again, I would even draw a little range. Yeah, look at those candle closes there. But all right, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I'll see you guys later.
Out down on your legs.